What's up, folks? You have a case of the Mondays here with Lau, and we're going to talk about some pretty interesting news stories of which happened this past week. First of all, I'd like to start off the show by saying a very happy birthday to anyone who's celebrating a birthday either today or sometime this week. I hope your birthday is as wonderful, if not better, than any birthday you have celebrated in the past, and here's to more to come. Also, I'd like to wish a very good luck to anyone with a job interview, a doctor's meeting, any type of special meeting, interview, audition, whatever. I just wish you best of luck with whatever it is that you are dealing with this week. Hopefully the outcome is whatever outcome that you are hoping for. Also, something I failed to mention last week was congratulations to anyone who had maybe an interview, an audition, or doctor's appointment, anything of that matter that went in your way, that you were hoping for, praying for. Hopefully whatever it was went the way you wanted it to go, and congratulations, I guess, would be in order for you. So let's get started with the news this week. Not really too much big headline news, because I know you've seen it, heard it, read it, wherever you hear, read, see your news from. There is one thing I do want to touch on that was all over the sports news. If you are a big baseball enthusiast, such as myself, you probably know then that Derek Jeter announced that he didn't come out and announce it publicly. He said he will announce it on Wednesday, when the rest of the players report to spring training. Excuse me. But he did announce on Facebook that 2014 will be his final season for his major league career. Just a couple career highlights for you guys, in case you didn't know or wanted to know, or in case you bump into someone today or this week and you guys just happen to get into a little Jeter trivia argument. Jeter has 3,316 hits. He is first among active Yankee players with those hits, and second among all shortstops, with Honest Wagner recording 3,430 within. Excuse me. And Jeter is obviously within reach of that. Would I be surprised if Jeter reaches it, considering he's at 316 hits? Honest Wagner is at 3,430. Not really. If Jeter comes back and plays as healthy as he has in the past, granted last year he really didn't play too much because he had surgery. He was out on the DL, disabled list, not on the down low. But hopefully he comes back, and I mean, with this being his final season, hopefully he's able to just really, put a cherry on such a great career. The gentleman has had, he is the Yankees' all-time leader in games with 2,602. He's also the Yankees' leader in at-bats with 10,614, stolen bases with 348. And among shortstops, he is a first in runs and third in homers. He also has recorded 5 Gold Gloves. If you want to know how many All-Star games he's been in, I tried to do the history lookup on that, and I could not find it. Also, on top of that, I really do not know how many World Series titles he has with the Yankees. Again, I'd imagine it's a good number. So congratulations to Jeter. Great. I mean, if you're a baseball enthusiast such as myself, you hate the Yankees and you hate Jeter, but I mean, you hate him on the outside, and deep down inside, you honestly wish the best for him. And I mean, you gotta hand it to him. The Jeters, the Yankees are a team you love to hate, but you love to watch at the same time. So yeah, congratulations to Jeter on such a great career, and hopefully, he enjoys his entire retirement as much as he enjoyed the sport of baseball. One other sports news I'd like to touch on, and the Olympics and everything is going on and stuff like that. Sochi. We're not going to talk about any of that. We're going to talk about, did you know the tug of war used to be an Olympic sport? That's right, yes, the tug of war made the program between 1900 and 1920. The sport was played in pretty much the same way you remember playing from grade school field days. Now, it makes me wonder, back in the Olympian days, I remember in grade school, we used to always use the biggest kid we had in class, and he would be the anchor at the other end. So, my question is, one, is that how it was played back in the day? And two, why don't they bring it back? I mean, with them saying, and I'm not bashing anybody here, but with them saying that America has so many obese people, I believe they said America leads in obesity. Why wouldn't they bring, I mean, that's something for any couch potato, you know? I mean, think about it. That any couch potato sitting at home just being lazy as a lazy will get can become an Olympian athlete. And all they've done is sit on the couch and watch the results for who's the daddy on Mari and eat potato chips. That's awesome. Congratulations to them if they bring the sport back. The British teams, the Brits grabbed the most medals, 5 medals, to the Americans 3 before the sport fell off the program following the 1920 games. But, I don't understand why China or anyone would not try to use a sumo wrestler as an anchor. Now that I think about it, that would be a pretty good anchor there. The British won 1 year. The Americans claimed that they cheated by using cleats. But also the Brits claim that the Americans cheated in 1 year as well. I really don't remember what the Brits were claiming, but obviously it wasn't noteworthy enough if I didn't remember it. So, hey, how about all you Subway eaters? Anyone eat Subway? Yeah, Jared eats Subway. The guy with the glasses and Subway Eat Fresh. Something new found out about Subway's bread. Is Subway's bread really that bad for you? I never knew about this, and I actually work for the food chain. A ingredient called, I'm going to murder this, so don't hold me to it, azodicarbonamide. A chemical compound used to make bread rise faster and give yoga mats and running shoes their elasticity. Excuse me there. The compound is approved by the FDA as long as it's used in extremely small amounts. Now, you gotta wonder, with all these people finding all these different ingredients for all these fast food restaurants, it makes you wonder, when will they stop? When will someone stop? Because, if history proves itself, it doesn't matter what us consumers find out, we still tend to go back. Or else Taco Bell would not still be in business after people found out about the sand in the meat. No one cares. Excuse me. It says here that recently the food chain came under fire when a food blogger drew attention to the chemical in the bread. The ingredient is banned in the European Union, Australia, and New Zealand, meaning 5,202 international chains don't sell breads with the ingredients in it. But U.S. breads still include it. So, that means if you go to Australia or New Zealand or some of these European unions that they're talking about, your sandwich may not taste better than what you have over here in the U.S. They were touching on the fact that the 9-grain wheat, the honey oat, is 9 grains, and they said that on the ingredients list that it did not say that substance was in the bread. Whether that's true or not, they could easily leave it out. I mean, there's honestly no telling what could be in the wheat bread. So anyway, I'm sorry. That could be because the compound is largely untested for long-term health effects. Though limited studies showed it is linked to asthma and various skin diseases. And Subway isn't the only food chain with the ingredients in their bread. Sit down, you may want to hear this one. McDonald's, Wendy's, and Arby's all have the same ingredient in their buns. Granted, the only difference is those three do not bake their own bread in the restaurants. They have the bread shipped to them daily or weekly. So, yeah, next time you go to Subway and you think about ordering that sandwich, maybe you should get on a flatbread. Maybe that may be a little more healthier. Or maybe you take the money you spend on that Subway sandwich, put it towards maybe a loaf of bread, maybe a cheap pack of lunch meat. I don't know. But, I don't know about you guys, but knowing that I could be chewing on ingredients that make running shoes and yoga mats, and I do apologize to anyone who I served a Subway sandwich to while working at Subway. I did not realize I was serving you ingredients for a running shoe and a yoga mat. So, how about that? Hey, video gamers, the hit video game The Last of Us gets a new chapter. That was one of the, oh man, that when it came to video game systems, that's a big, when it comes to video game systems, if you don't have a PS3 or an Xbox 360 and you're thinking about buying one of the two, I mean, the arguments always collide. You're going to have fans of either or. It's just like an iPhone compared to a Android phone. You're always going to have, you got your two biggest fan bases on both sides, and people are always going to argue the points and everything about that. This game, The Last of Us, this game is an exclusive. You can only get on PS3. It's not available on the Xbox 360. I highly recommend you look at the trailer on YouTube, and and look at exclusives look at exclusive games that Xbox 360 has to offer, and just try to compare the two. Try to compare the two, games as opposed to the systems as well, and just to try to help you out. But it says here that The Last of Us, filled with a combat against zombie-like infected people and tailored for PlayStation 3 consoles, has announced a new chapter titled The Last of Us Left Behind. It's the game's first single-player downloadable content and is billed as a prologue to the award-winning action title that sold more than 3 million copies in the 3 weeks after its release in June. The new chapter is $14.99, or it's free if you already have the game and you have the season pass. If you don't have the season pass, you're going to have to pay $14.99 for the download. Again, I've seen the trailer for the game, and the game looks awesome. I've seen a video online where, it's a gameplay video, and it's, from the title screen, and it's 13 minutes, I believe. The YouTube video is like 13 minutes long, and it shows, from when you push start on the game to 13 minutes into the game. The game itself, it seems amazing. If you're a guy like me, compared to old video games that we're used to, Super Mario Brothers, remember that? Video games have come a long way, and I mean, watching the video for example, The Last of Us, you see where graphics have come. You see where zombie games like this have just come such a far way, as opposed to back in the PlayStation days when you had your Resident Evil. I mean, just games, designs, graphics, just everything has just come just so far. I remember when these graphics, these video graphics that you see today, these in-game movies that you used to see back in the day on the PlayStation, those were the graphics that we see